Oh, he's going through, gets through. Memorable innings. Wonderful knock from BJ Watling, his 8th Test match century.
For him to have achieved what he's done in his career, you would never have thought that when we first started out here, and he was always the bench stone for all of us here growing up. That's part of the reason why he has been so successful, is because he's been able to just narrow his mindset down to one thing at a time. You know, whatever was going on in his life at any particular time, when he turned up to training or a game, there was no other focus but that particular moment.
I think the thing behind the scenes that people probably don't associate with Beej is just how hard he is and how he goes about things and just gets on with things. But he's an exceptionally hard worker, not only with his batting, keeping and fitness, but everything that goes into the game of cricket. And that's some of the stuff that not everyone sees, but I know teammates, coaches, support staff, they appreciate that, because it makes their job easier when they see someone of his ilk, of his standing within the game, working that hard. It means he's setting the benchmark and everyone has to follow.
And the work that you do for us, I know the bowlers get a lot of praise for what we've done in recent times, but I think you've been a massive part of that. The work that you do behind the stumps, the way that you have that relationship, you kind of understand how a bowler's thinking at times. So I know from the bowling group, you're going to sorely be missed, mate. For me personally, you've been massive behind the stumps, and it'll take a while for me to adjust, stand at the top of my mark and not having you crouching down behind the stumps. So yeah, once again, thanks, mate, and appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah, from a guy who sort of started off, you know, as an opening batsman, and then pretty much changed his trade to taking the gloves, batting in the middle order, and now, you know, the most successful wicketkeeper in the history of our game in New Zealand is, from a cricketing perspective, is an amazing achievement. Knowing the sort of guy that BJ is, he's an absolute soldier, and he's just been a huge part of the growth of this team, and he's probably, I don't even know how aware of it he is, possibly his proudest attribute, or maybe contribution to the New Zealand game has been that, I think.
Almost like starting that sort of grieving process, because it has actually been, cricket has been our life from the time he was 6. Back in South Africa, he was playing hardball cricket. He was about 8. And then when we came to New Zealand, he had to sort of go back to Kiwi cricket, and he wasn't impressed. He was not impressed. He was not impressed with me for bringing him here and ruining his life. It was all character building. You know, things happen for a reason. And these challenges, these things are set to try you because they're character building, and I think he's a classic example of that. I'm going to miss that terribly, that roller coaster of emotions when he first goes into bat and he's got to play himself in, and you've got no idea, you know, how the innings is going to pan out, and then he eventually gets to 50, because we all know he doesn't get there very fast. Love of the game, that's got him where he is.
So I was 18 when we actually met, and I knew like nothing about cricket. I can honestly remember thinking, I didn't know there were 2 batsmen at one time, like that was new to me. So what stands out for me was when he took on the role of wicketkeeper, the way that he went about really making that role his own. I think it's just a real credit to him. I don't think I'll miss the nerves. I still get so nervous watching him now, so I definitely won't miss that. He is very selfless. I mean, there's always a lot of talk about that in the media, but that is actually really true. He really just wants the best for the team. He's always had this idea in his mind of just a summer off, like fishing and all the good stuff, but yeah, no, I think he will definitely get itchy feet. And the kids will do that to you as well.
There's one on the onside, and New Zealand's little battler has been a little master here in the Bay. 200 for BJ Watling.